There's just, it looks like there's, oh my gosh, more than 20 altogether. It's really, really wild. Diana says, David is a kind and gentle guy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Moderators are just people too. Absolutely. Everybody, you know, we're all trying to do our best here. Sooner or later, it all catches up with you. And if you make those kind of comments, you're going to get zinged. But then sometimes the zings aren't real, and it just, sorry about that. But, you know, anyway, we're just doing the best we can. Moderators are people too. So finally, I did some research on this. We've talked about it a bunch, and I found out more about what was going on. What was this really? It looks like it might have been some kind of crop formation, right? Like they're carving this snow on the ground. They're shoveling it. He's got a little shovel there, and it looks like it's in a geometric pattern. So was this like a snow circle, like a crop circle in the snow? Maybe that's what it was. That could have been part of what we were seeing here. So this comes off of artnet.com, and we found some great stuff here that this painting commemorated the inception of the Roman Basilica Santa Maria Maggiore. So there was a church that was being incepted, that this was actually, this painting was commissioned for that purpose. The Virgin Mary apparently caused snow to fall in that area of the Esquiline Hill, this would have been in Italy, I assume, in 352 AD, and the miracle caused them to found the church right there. So now that we know that, we can go back to it again and see that, yes, there was some kind of miracle involving snow, but clearly the UFO component was there as well. So, you know, 352 AD, all the way back then, people were seeing these discs in the sky. And then remember, this wasn't, the illustration doesn't appear until 1428 to 32. 1,100 years later, they were still talking about this massive sighting. They still wanted to do a commemoration for it all those years later. That is unbelievable that that much time went by and that the church had been founded there after this weird mass sighting had occurred. So to me, this is really epic. And you also see again that there is sort of like a rainbow, a full 360 rainbow around Jesus and Mary. They also have the halos around their heads. Again, this shows maybe that they're coming through a portal. Maybe they believe that there was some type of physical manifestation of Mother Mary, and it wasn't just the snow, but it could have just been like a crop circle thing, as you see here. And again, this is probably not, I mean, it's just a facsimile of what happened, but notice that it's very geometric. There's straight lines, there's round edges, and it's pretty wild when you look at all this and how all the pieces fit together. What the heck was really going on here? Well, something very powerful happened here, and it changed history forever. And so as a result, we now get to look at it and be in awe of what we're seeing, and grateful that we have been able to, you know, get to the point where we can see a UFO artwork that is religious like this and realize, yes, this almost certainly indicates that there were UFO contacts happening. And now that disclosures occurred, that's a really big deal. Okay, so the next one that we're going to talk about is Madonna with Saint Giovanni by Domenico Ghirlandaio. Domenico Ghirlandaio, 1450, Madonna with Saint Giovanni. And so this is obviously the baby Saint Giovanni. There's an angel there holding him in his little cherub, fat little arms. And there's Madonna, there's the Mother Mary. But I believe Madonna is supposed to be the Mother Mary, or maybe she's somebody else, I don't know. But it looks like Mary to me. And so there in the background, notice what's going on in the sky. First of all, on the left, there's some type of light apparition, and it looks maybe like, you know, there's 3 craft on the bottom, and then another one hovering up at the top, and then over on the right, next to her halo, is a very provocative image. It looks like a UFO that is glowing with light next to Mother Mary. And again, we have many, many accounts of Marial apparitions, the apparitions of Mother Mary appearing associated with UFOs and associated with the idea that people were having a religious spiritual experience. So this was so widely known that, again, this image occurred in 1450. And what you're seeing is this beautiful depiction of a UFO. Bacapalo said maybe it was a happy accident. Bob Ross, that's his quote. Well, no, I don't think these are happy accidents. She's being funny, of course. But no, this is the real thing. This is something that really, changes the game for humanity and gives us a whole new way of looking at things and makes us say, hey, what in the world is this? And how did that get there? And then again, going back to the previous illustration, there's stuff on the left too. It's just a little bit less defined than what we see on the right. But that is just undeniably similar to UFOs. And so now that we're in the era of disclosure, and disclosure is becoming the real thing, it's pretty wild. So yes, I'm glad that you guys are here. We're at 3,100 people. It's a great turnout. I appreciate your presence. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is the Samuel Coccius woodcut of 1566 that documents a mass sighting in Basel, Switzerland that actually occurred. So I can't read the Swiss language, of course, but it's very similar to German, or maybe it is German, or type of German dialect. But no, this is Swiss. I'm not sure. Maybe they were speaking German. It looks a lot like German, doesn't it? Gegen, Aufgang, da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, this is the original woodcut that was then used to print out these mailers that were sent to people describing some sort of very strange aerial phenomenon involving many, many different large spheres that appeared in the sky. It's really, really wild. Samuel Coccius woodcut. And again, the year was 1566. So this actually took place in Basel, Switzerland. And do you see the finger pointing? Let's see if there's a finger pointing. I didn't see a finger pointing.